Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A hearing is underway this week to determine whether a teenager accused of speeding and DUI in a deadly crash will be tried in adult court.
Damian Laurelez was 17 years old in April. He's accused of driving an SUV that crashed into a Central Sioux Falls home, which killed 2 teens and injured several others. An officer on scene testified in court yesterday, saying he remembers seeing multiple people who had been ejected from the car. The hearing continues through Friday. KELOLAND's Carly Phillips will be in the courtroom today. Watch for updates on KELOLAND News and KELOLAND.com. South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley has announced another investigation into corruption in state government. The newest case involves a state employee accused of falsifying food inspection reports. 55-year-old Renee Strong of Springfield was indicted by a grand jury on 13 felony counts of forgery.
It evolves around a contract between the Department of Health and the Department of Public Service, where the Department of Public Service renders certain inspection work for state government. In this instance, they were doing inspections for food service for the Department of Health, inspections that our investigation demonstrates did not occur.
Strong was arrested Tuesday in Springfield, and her bond was set at $1,000. Firefighters in Tyndall saved a dog from a local pond over the weekend. According to the Tyndall Fire Department, 3 dogs fell through the ice at the Tyndall Pond on Saturday. 2 dogs were able to reach safety, but 1 dog remained in the water when the owner was contacted the fire department. Caitlin Peterson, a volunteer firefighter for the Tyndall Fire Department, says they attached a rope to her when she then crawled across the ice to get the dog. The dog was recovered safely and returned to its owner. To find out more on the firefighter who saved the dog, check out this KELOLAND.com original by Michael Dorn. Now let's get a check on our forecast with meteorologist Scott Muntz. Scott?
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. We are looking at a relatively cold start to the day. We've had some areas fall to the single digits. Otherwise, a lot of teens across eastern KELOLAND. We'll try to warm to the 20s in eastern South Dakota. 30 and 40 degree weather in central and western KELOLAND. We have numbers in the 40s today for Rapid City. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. For children who are speech delayed or hard of hearing, communication can be difficult. Because of this, the nonprofit Fun and Friends, along with South Dakota Deaf Resource and outreach programs, started an American Sign Language class for parents. Once the parents learn the signs, they take them home and teach them to their children.
It takes away the frustration and the anger where he wouldn't be able to communicate with us. So he's happier because he can communicate with us without having to verbally say a word.
For more information on the ASL classes or the nonprofits, we posted information on KELOLAND.com.
Sanford Sports Performance is marking 25 years of helping develop local athletes. The training program caters to teams and individuals, specializing in everything from strength training and speed and agility to sports nutrition and mental performance. The co-founder of the program says they've enjoyed success across a variety of sports.
Stampede Hockey won the national championship, and Roosevelt Boys Basketball and Region 2 Soccer Championships, just all the athletes, men and women that trained hard.
Bliss says they've also trained a race walking champion and a Special Olympics swimmer. Sanford Sports Performance is currently available in Sioux Falls, Fargo, Bismarck, Grand Forks, and Bemidji. A popular light display in Sioux Falls is getting ready for a special night tonight. Lights on Lotto will be hosting Military and First Responders Night. The event will include appearances from Christmas characters, first responders, and veterans. They'll also have some sweet treats available.
Have a candy cane or grab a packet of hot chocolate and go home, or do whatever, go check out the lights, just get everybody in the mood.
There will also be an opportunity to donate to Big Paws Canine Foundation, one of the nonprofits that benefits from Lights on Lotta. The fund begins at 5:30 tonight. That's a look at some of our top stories. Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, watching the weather forecast, a little snow yesterday, adding an extra sparkle to those lights. Now we'll see what happens next. We've got an Alberta Clipper coming in tomorrow. Actually, it's overnight tonight and tomorrow. So it's going to bring with it appropriate weather. Basically, we can talk about a wintry mix from northwest South Dakota, angling down through Pierre and then Sioux Falls. This zone would be most susceptible to either light rain, light freezing rain, and some snow. That's all going to depend on the progression of those temperatures moving up and down the scale. There'll be a temperature rise during the morning hours, and then we're going to see plummeting numbers in the afternoon. So that's going to come with the wind. That's another component to this weather story that we will discuss here in just a moment. The snow forecast tomorrow. Most of this is a nuisance amount. It's not going to be a major snowstorm, but to the left of the storm track, we could see a few inches in the far northeast, maybe even Aberdeen and Watertown. You know, a couple of inches of snow is not out of the question. Could range a little higher depending on the exact track of the system. As you progress farther south, the numbers will be cut down a little bit. Sioux Falls is still probably under an inch at this point, looking at the newest data. So I'm not going to count for much, but there's a little bit in there. And then, of course, we got to add the wind. Let's look at the temperature fluctuations. Today, Sioux Falls will recover in the mid-20s. We've got mid to upper 30s in winter, and then we've got 40s in southwest South Dakota. You'll notice the southeast wind. See, now that's going to pick up here overnight tonight. At least 10 to 20, maybe some gusts 25, and that's going to keep those temperatures actually from falling. And I would even argue the reverse. They'll rise after midnight. Look at 2 in the morning there. You've got kind of a mixed bag of precipitation with low 20s in the northeast. Winter, Chamberlain are probably rising above freezing after midnight. Could be some plain rain. Sioux Falls is somewhere in the middle. And so that's why it's a little more problematic. Could be a little bit of sleet, could be a little bit of freezing rain, a little snow. It's all in there. And then tomorrow, once we hit the high in the morning, most of these numbers are going to fall, and they'll fall quickly. And with all that gusty wind out of the northwest, it's not going to feel very pleasant, that's for sure here. Speaking of the wind numbers, let's look at this setup here tomorrow morning. Already mid-morning, we've got strong winds in Pierre. So even though you're not getting much snow or precipitation, you do get a lot of wind. Rapid City, too, could be 40 to 50 on that wind. And so we'll pay attention to any areas that happen to have more snow on the ground and get coupled with the wind. That can be a problem. We'll be here in the Storm Center to cover it. And hopefully the wind numbers will really relax getting into Friday. Okay, well, let's wrap it up here. Our forecast today, 26 Sioux Falls, 30 in Pierre, 7-day forecast. All of this precipitation, whatever does fall in the form of snow or freezing rain, a lot of things are going to be melting next week. And you know what that means, the chance of a white Christmas. Well, it's probably not as good as some of you would like, but let's keep an eye on Monday. There is a chance of another system that could sneak in here. Not in our 7-day right now. We want to see a little more evidence to put that in there. But bottom line is it's going to start warming up. It's going to be above freezing for highs Monday, Tuesday in Aberdeen. And you really talk warming weather here, central and west. We're in the mid-40s by Monday and Tuesday in Pierre. We could hit 50 or better in Rapid City next week. Find out more details at KELOLAND.com.